Nice.
Now let me get the link. Okay, I'm putting it in the chat room. My chat room.
I'm not even looking. Okay, fine.
No, don't put it in your chat room.
No?
Yeah.
Because you want the audience to watch it with us.
Well, yeah, but that's where I got it from.
Yeah, but fuck them.
Well, dude, give us.
Okay, it's in the Skype chat. Chat room. My chat room.
I'm not even looking.
No, don't put it in your chat room.
Whoa.
Does he look cool?
He looks the same.
It looks except
Whoa, red hit more?
Okay, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
So we have to spoil it, but you were gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put it. You don't talk about it.
Whoa, he looks like a future
Future Raiden.
Future Raiden, right?
You're right. You're right.
Okay, all right. I can't hold it anymore.
That move is
No!
whack.
No, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Shh. Internet, what's up? It's Thursday.
God,
You're
this
watching.
is when Anakin is gonna play.
Would you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to do a show here.
Why'd you start it so soon? You didn't even play an intro music.
I want to watch the trailer.
I'm watching the trailer.
I know. I
This
want to
bitch
watch
is
the
getting
trailer.
fucked
Okay.
up.
All right, internet. It's Thursday.
No!
You're watching ATP
Yeah,
Live.
what's
These
up?
guys are inconsiderate motherfuckers. And Jack 6, the trailer just
Donald.
came out again,
Jack 6?
or whatever. Jack
Yeah.
7. Wow. I haven't
New
seen
challenger,
These motherfuckers couldn't win.
Jack 7.
It's got nuclear shit on it.
Told you, dude. Future Raiden.
What's with the green stuff? It's the same stuff that Yoshi has on his pants.
Future Jack.
Future Jack in the present?
What?
Why is his hair red? Whoa! That was cool. Oh, get out of here. That's cheap. That's old.
Man, let me.
Jack.
Oh.
Only bad thing about Jack being in this game now is that Anakin has a character.
Lame. Like Evo.
Huh. Well, you know, I'm gonna mute that and I'm gonna play it again, first of all.
Okay.
Secondly, what do you guys think about that? First of all, last week, was it last week where Yoshi
Yeah.
came out?
I think so.
Yep.
So it's one every week now?
Maybe.
It looks like it. I bet you Jack's gonna be released this Tuesday.
What the
Or
fuck?
something
So they're in a
super
rush now.
Super quick, right?
That is crazy.
I mean,
You
they're
know-
just like, dude, we better leak this before it gets leaked.
Yeah, it's gonna get leaked.
It's gonna get leaked, so we might as well just leak it ourselves. Screw that.
Yeah, why? I'm kind of surprised that he looks so similar. I mean, why
Yeah.
did they just change the hair color? That one
Oh,
is a little like, okay, fine if they made it green, right? The green would be like, okay, it's green. But what's with the hair color? Is it like,
You know, Dr. B's a very trendy motherfucker.
is this a new Jack? It doesn't even look like a new Jack.
Did it say Jack 7? I wouldn't even
It
says
says
it right there.
Jack 7.
It says
All
it
right.
right there in the title. Jakku 7.
7 new?
You see 7, right?
Let's
So
see
7.
the rage art again.
The Radar is pretty cool.
Yeah. I like
know,
the
the oth-
wind up. I love the wind up.
You know, we should feel good about ourselves.
Why?
Why?
Because we should believe that they are releasing these videos knowing that we have a show every week at 8
Right?
p.m.
I was
Right?
about to get at that. Like, what are the chances of that happening? We were just
Twice.
before
Twice?
the show started. We were just saying like, "Wow, there really isn't much going on other than the Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat shit." And look what we have here, fucking crazy ass shit. Hold on,
It's all
let me
because we
reopen
did.
that. Man, I can't believe it. I'm stunned. Okay,
I'll stop.
you want to leave it for the end again? Let it sink in.
No, I think we got it right now, right?
We got it right now. Okay, go ahead. What do you guys think? Jack 7, hot off the fucking presses. I mean, real hot. Caliente. What do you guys think? Go ahead, Ricky. You got a lot of butt hash growing there. What are your thoughts?
At first, I thought his damn, he looks kind of skinny actually.
Doesn't he look a little weird?
A little
He
bit.
looks slimmer. Like he lost some weight.
His
He's
arms
been
are
working out.
narrower.
I don't know what it is. He looks. I mean, the green glow is kind of goofy looking, but oh damn, it's getting tighter when I'm looking at it though.
I like
Because
the
it's like-
green glow a little bit.
Because it seems to like change glowing at certain times.
Yeah, it
I didn't
glows
know
harder.
Pulsates. Yeah.
He has a wall throw too, which seems pretty sick. I don't know. Just overall, he seems like a really, he seems still the same. He's still Jack,
Yeah,
but
he's still Jack.
uh, yeah, he looks cool.
I'm kind of on the fence on this one. I can't decide. He looks really cool. I'm glad Jack's in. Because he's such a trademark character, you know?
Yeah. I feel kind of like you. It's he looks really like Jack. I mean,
7, right? Jack 6, right?
On the other hand, though, I mean, at
Hold
least
on.
he looks different. It's a different
The-
outfit, right? If you wanted a different default outfit, this is a different default outfit. I'm down with that.
There's one thing I'm noticing here. All right.
Yeah.
What's up?
So when he does that crouch throw,
Uh-huh.
and he throws him up in the air, right, and shoots
Yeah.
Elisa in the air, his thumbs are out like this, right? So he's shooting like this,
Uh-huh.
and then he shoots the last one, and his finger is out like this, like a gunshot.
No way.
Look at it, dude.
I'm looking at it. Okay, Rip, continue. What do you think?
No, I mean, like I said, I think that it looks like it's a new default color outfit basically for him. Which
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise he would have looked exactly the same. I mean, I'm trying to think back between like say Gunjack to like P-Jack and stuff like those. Are Jack changes were pretty big, but between Jack 5 and Jack 6, was he all that different?
Jack 5 was the one where he came back after no Jack in 4, right? And in for Jack 5, his face opened up and turned into a bomb.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fucking cool, right?
Yeah,
It was
but that
like,
was
only for
but
the
that was
cinematic.
only in the
I mean,
cinematic.
it doesn't
yeah.
matter. That's how they
Yeah.
brought them back. They brought
Whatever.
them back with a bang. And I thought he looked really cool in that game, too. In 6, yeah, he looked kind of cool, right? He looked more jowly, bigger jaw, kind of bigger, more bulky. But I don't know.
Yeah.
This looks very similar to 6.
Yeah. I mean, like at least the color, the red hair and the neon green glow was kind of weird to me at first, but I'll take that over the same colors and no colors than you would have had, if they had just done it their regular way of, nothing special. So
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
okay with it.
I guess I'll take that too. But on the other hand, it does sure look like a customized Jack.
Hell,
Like it just looks like some weirdo couldn't afford the item he wanted, so he got the green glow. Damn it, that's what the green glow does? Fuck, I better save my gold for the good shit. I don't know. I like the wall throw. I like that he's back. I like that he looks a little bit different, but I want him to look a little more different. Let me look at that. You're right, that is sick. With the crouch throw, I like that.
The thumbs
The thumbs are up, and then he's like, boom.
and then the finger.
Shoot him again. All right. We were going to talk about Yoshimitsu and how we haven't looked at much of it. But, right before I started streaming just now, I was looking through this video here that Wonky put up of, I guess, some dude going through practice mode for the character. Pretty cool. He's just going through the moves and showing the different, changes and stuff. I haven't really followed much of the character, so I don't know whether or not people think he's good or not. But I can't believe they released another character so fast.
Yeah.
How many do you guys know how many characters are unveiled at this point?
It's like 25 or 26, I think.
Wow, that is crazy. So we can assume that they're gonna have maybe another 11 or 12 characters still, because they already said they want 38, between 35 and 38 ish, right? So I would assume they maybe go slightly over their assessment, but either way, I mean, that's cool. It's coming along. It's exciting. I think that it's hard coming after Yoshi. Poor Jack. I mean, Yoshi looks completely different. He's got tentacles and shit. Jack just has a green mohawk or whatever is going on. But it's cool. I'm down. I like Jack. So we all agree with that, right?
Yeah, I think Jack is. I don't know. It's like I don't think Jack's like a very big like what do you call it? Like he doesn't have a huge following of players, I guess, but he's always been a staple character. It feels like So
Yeah.
it's always nice to see old characters return.
Definitely.
But
He's a classic.
at this point though, every character is a staple character. I feel like there's the only characters that aren't in like every Tekken is like Kunimitsu and Jun.
Yeah,
And
that's
they're not
true.
coming back.
They got it. It was a miracle for them, but I still feel like Jun's gonna come back. I think they put a lot of effort into animating that character So I think either Unknown or Jun or some shit's gonna come back. There was so much new about that character in Tekken Tag 2. And they are kind of cheapskates from the looks of it, you know? Repeat outfits, repeat supers. I don't know.
you got to think about the same way with like at least True Ogre and Jinpachi. I mean, maybe Jinpachi they reused some of the things from five, but I mean, True Ogre was a completely different character than his old one.
That's true. That's true. And you know, you're right about that. But this, I think, I don't know. It's just a thought. But I would be surprised if they scrap that whole character and are just like, whatever, no more Jun, no more anything, and we spent all that money. It just doesn't seem like them. They're kind of tight asses.
Yeah, I feel like I thought that Kazumi was gonna have a lot of Jun's moves, but then she doesn't really. So I think there's still room for her.
Yeah, that's true. Kazumi is also a character that they haven't shown as playable yet, but very interesting, very interesting. Okay, Jack 7. I'm happy about that. That's so cool that it comes out during the podcast every week, so we're all fucking hype and shit. Hey, thanks, Namco. Whoever planned that, that's really kind of you.
Like I said, we're the important ones, dude.
Damn right.
We break all the news here.
Awesome. Okay. So what else? What were we gonna talk about?
That's it. Show's over.
Show's over. No, we were going to talk about all kinds of shit. Oh, yeah, there's a new segment on the podcast, but we'll get to that later. It's called Rix Does Reviews. I like it, personally. And it's only going to happen once, because he has something to review that I don't know about. But anyway, Mortal Kombat came out with a huge whopper today. I mean, a whopper. So, the game had not been patched yet with a major balance patch, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they launched this crazy patch, 3 gigabytes. You download it, and you realize that there's been some serious normalizing going on, among many, many, many other things. So, I started off by reading the patch notes, and I noticed that Raiden, which is the character I was using, got nerfed. Then I noticed Bongjitsu or whatever, Kung Jin got nerfed. And then I started to think, okay, let me try this stuff out. And slowly but surely I realized that a lot of changes have happened. For example, Kano's back 1 used to be 0 on block, now it's -2 on block. Kano's standing 3-2 used to be 0 on block, now it's -1 on block. Raiden's down 3 was not listed in the patch notes as being changed, but is now a low, which is a big deal. Raiden, he received a lot of nerfs in terms of damage, so did Bongjitsu, but Bongjitsu Kung Jin also received a nerf in his overhead on block, among lots of other things we're starting to notice. Another one I found, but thanks to Echo in the chat room, Reptile's overhead went from being 0 to +1 on block. So, lots of things changed. Oh yeah, Kano's back 3-1, which is the low into the headbutt, and then there's a second headbutt. The back 3-1 is now +1 on block. So, lots of things changed. Shitloads of minor changes that I think they did not want to add into the patch notes because it would have just cluttered. It would be all frame data, and it would just clutter the patch notes, right? So
yeah, it said something about like there were a lot of frame data updates.
Yeah, lots of changes to various moves. Definitely, they mentioned like a blanket statement. They also mentioned, as you were saying before the chat room, that they normalized the time it takes for you to do an attack off of the ground for certain characters and certain attacks. So, I mean, what are you guys noticing? Did you guys get a chance to try out the new patch, and have you noticed anything that wasn't listed in the patch notes? You go first, Ricky.
The only one I just messed around with right now was Cassie, the Hollywood one. They changed one of her combos, 4-3-4. It's the overhead kick into the 2 other kicks, right? And it forces a hard knockdown. Right. Before you were able to cancel the last hit of it into whatever, right? Which made no sense for standing because it hard knocks down. So you would hard knock down them and then just do a flip on nothing. So the only purpose of it really was for a corner combo, and now they took out the juggle aspect of it and it hard knockdowns all the time. So because of that, they also just took out the cancel property of it. So it's a minor nerf because it hurts her damage in the corner, but that's it. And so that's all I noticed so far because I barely touched the game. She barely got touched, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
You know, a lot of people out there who don't know what to look for, you should definitely look for moves that were on or near 0 frames on block. because those seem to be the moves that they changed the most. I can't recall what the other ones that I found were, but there are quite a few. And, I'm sure eventually there will be some kind of thread on Test Your Might or something compiling all these changes. Hopefully there's like a main hub where we can get like a real detailed patch notes type of thing. But for me personally, it's a double-edged sword about the whole patch thing, because we talked about it last week. We talked about how we're really glad that they haven't done a major patch yet, and we're really glad that they're kind of letting the game rock, right? Well, they didn't let it rock, and they definitely did a balance patch, and it's not just a little one. I mean, it definitely matters. Raiden took a really hard hit. He's definitely doing less damage overall, and, that's a pretty big deal. That's going to change tiers and stuff. I think that I'm going to get to my thoughts on it after you guys. What do you think, Rip? What are your thoughts on this? Have you tested out any of the new patch stuff, and what are your thoughts on it?
I haven't tested a whole bunch of it yet, but I did read through the entire thing. And the one that I was most scared of for Scorpion was like his jumping 3, because it's super good. And it feels like it's a little bit slower to me. So I feel like that was one of the jumping attacks where
did you check the
was
frames?
normalized. I didn't check the frame data yet, because before it started up in 5 frames and it was active for 13. I'll double check it later. But it still seems effective, but it seems like it starts up later, like later in the air. Once I'm up in the air, then it starts.
Gotcha.
So that's the difference I noticed in it. The two major changes that I don't know if I like about them changing. One of them was the option select. So Scorpion had the back 3, forward 1 + 2 + 5, whatever it is. That option select to get the meter burn thing only on hit. That option select is supposedly removed. I haven't tested yet, but that option select is supposedly removed. So that one.
Well,
okay,
it's not
fine,
that specific option select. They removed the
all
whole
of them.
1 + 2 + 3 + whatever.
They removed the shortcut to remove all possible options.
Did you guys know? I found a video online. So if you jump in the air, right, and if you're just holding up back and you press 1 + 2 + 3 + 5, right? This is pre-patch. You always got an EX move when you let go.
As long as you have an EX air special.
Yeah, EX air special. Whatever, even without doing the actual notation for it.
Yeah. So Scorpion has that. Monocaris showed that to me. I don't know if he found that himself or what, but he asked me to test that in the console version, because the PC version is not patched yet, which is what he's on. But I know
that for sure is gone.
But the other thing that they put in the patch note was that you can no longer punish out of block, which to me is kind of a big one. That I kind of like that was in the game.
The mashing thing?
Yeah.
They took that out. The first day that Slayer came over here, he was telling me about that off stream. Don't tell anyone about this, but it's fucked up. And it felt like a bug. When I tried it myself, it felt like a bug because of the way block works in Mortal Kombat. Block works that way in Soul Calibur as well. It's absolute. When you're holding it down, nothing takes over it when you're holding it down. It's an absolute button. So the way it worked prior to this patch, you'd be able to block something and while holding guard, mash on a button, and that button would supersede the block and come out while you're holding block. So they apparently took that out, I guess. Did you try that?
I didn't try it, but I mean, if they did remove it, I feel like with the game's netcode as is, I feel like that would have been useful for online, especially if your character had a 1-1-1 string into a punish. That could have been useful. Now you're gonna have to do it the legit way, which online is not gonna be legit. So
yeah, it never is legit anyway.
Well, you say online and legit. I mean, that's
it doesn't even
an
fit
oxymoron
together.
here.
I'm just saying it helped the online play. We've talked about it before how games are designed for online play in mind, and I think that's one of those things that could have helped MKX online. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But I mean, you're right. It would definitely help online. I mean, I don't know. I guess they didn't want it there.
Yeah.
It's hard to say what was intentional and what wasn't at this point. There's some things in the game that you really think, there's no way that was an accident, right? But it seems like some of these things were accidents, the way damage was scaling after Raiden's EX Shocker and the way Bong Jitsu's staff was scaling. And, these things, you're like, okay, well, that's how it works. But allegedly, that's not how it works, So I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts in general on the idea of them patching it now? You know, I don't know if this is top secret info, but I actually asked Rick, the guy who's running Combo Breaker, I asked him what version of the game are they going to use at Combo Breaker, because allegedly Combo Breaker has a rule written down saying that they're going to use, it's a 15-day cutoff, basically. And this is less than 15 days.
Yeah.
So I asked him, and he said he's going to have a meeting, you know, with the NRS guys and see what's up. But he said chances are they will play with the newest version because, well, how are you going to avoid that? There's like no way to avoid it. One of the consoles there will have been online and been patched, you know, and it's going to fuck everything up if you don't do it, you know. So I don't know. It's really interesting. A week before what could be the biggest major for this tournament until EVO.
CEO.
And, yeah. Well, I mean, you think CEO is going to be bigger than Combo Breaker in Chicago where the game's developed?
I'm saying they also got the huge prize pot.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, yeah, a week before one of the biggest majors for it. What do you guys think? In the past, on this show, we've talked about how fucked up this very thing is. My stance on it right now, personally, is, you know, this is my third NRS game, and, you know, fool me once, shame on you. At this point, I'm ready for it. I said it earlier, my butthole is callous. I'm prepared. They nerfed Smoke for MK9, and they nerfed, what's his name, Deathstroke for Injustice. So at this point, there's like nothing they could do to the game that would hurt my butt. It's already like, this is it. I know that this is their style of development, and I know that they're gonna patch it. So what do you guys think? Are you butthurt? How much does your butt hurt if it does? Ricksta.
Well, I mean, the only two characters I've ever really played are Cassie and Kung Jin, and I was expecting Kung Jin to get, you know, a hit with the damage nerf, so I'm not really too hurt about that one. And Cassie barely got touched, so in my mind, she became a really good character.
Yeah.
Just because of that. Because she barely got touched, she got better, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm not hurt by it at all.
Well, what about, okay, 2 points I have to make here. First of all, I don't know. I mean, you know, the changes are not exactly obvious. There may be changes that we don't see yet.
For sure. I haven't really gone too deep into like the frame data and all that yet.
So that's one thing. But on the other hand, what about the idea of it being a week before Combo Breaker or just existing in general for competition?
You know, so like the only other game where I can really compare this to is, you know, League of Legends, right? And they have a really big competitive scene, and they almost have like two different versions of the game. There's the public version, the one that everyone plays, and then there's the tournament version. And the tournament version is always like you can choose which patch to play on, you know? So because of that, they don't allow people to play in the tournament version in their league or whatever. Like they don't allow the newest patch to be played for like a month. So they can get used to the whole patches.
Iron out the kinks.
Yeah, but we don't have that option available to us because once the PS4 wants that patch, it's going to get that patch. And, I mean, it's hard to keep a PS4 offline, I feel like. I feel like you plug that thing in, it's like grabbing
Where's it? Where's the Wi-Fi?
Give me this fucking patch. So someone's going to accidentally get it.
Oh, yeah.
I think only for, like, there has to be a cutoff date, right? And so if Combo Breaker, oh damn, it's next weekend, huh?
It's in 11 days.
That's really soon. I mean, they had a rule about 15 days, but I think they're gonna change it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, but you have to have a rule like that. Like if if they would have patched it, let's say
the day before.
Then no way in hell. But now I think it's like, you know what, you gotta just deal with it.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it because this is the way it is. It's not like anyone's fucking surprised. We saw that banana peel a mile away, 2 miles away. I saw that shit coming since before the game was announced. I could have told you that, you know? So, yeah, definitely. So what do you think? What are your thoughts, Rip, on the competitive aspect of it? Are you happy they're patching, or are you, disappointed?
I think the game needed a patch. So I feel like if they didn't patch this game, then Evo would have just been Kung Jins and Raidens in top 8. You know, maybe some Cassie Cates and Sonya's in there or something. But it would have been like a really lopsided character diversity kind of thing, I think. So
dude, now it's going to be Cassies and Scorpions, man.
No, yeah, it's going to be Cassies and Shinnok, dude. That's what it's going to be. But
Shinnok got such a huge buff. Shinnok basically got an overhead. And it's an unseeable overhead that combos. So this makes everything about him so much better because he has a capture state that gives you a 50-50 that people were saying was good even before this shit happened. Now it's like a very robust reset type of a loop. So, man, you're in big trouble if you're a Jax player versus Shinnok. Shinnok Jax is like 100% combos.
No, they got
Well,
rid of
they
that
changed
actually.
it though.
What did they do?
Dash
Ground
punch
pound
now.
is yeah.
They knew that was too cheap, so it was
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, fuck that. We're giving him dash punch, taking away ground.
Are you serious? They
Yeah.
changed that?
Dude,
It made
that's the thing
sense.
It makes sense. It does
Yeah,
make sense.
yeah.
The things that I've found really weird about this patch was that they added moves to the game.
Oh my
You know,
god, how
changed
could I
up-
forget the most fucking sickest part of the whole patch? The
Eh?
sickest part of the whole fucking patch is
Zero
that
issue, boys.
Portal Quan Chi got a wake-up attack. Not only did he get a wake-up attack, but he got a low wake-up attack that reaches as far as his overhead and is a juggle starter. So I'm super happy. The best part about it is every other variation of Quan Chi didn't get shit. Only Portal
Got it.
variation got it. I mean, this is like the sickest. Because, on top of that, this wake-up attack gets you out of the corner. So it changes positions as well. It was like the one problem that character had. No wake-ups and couldn't get out of the corner. And they're like, oh yeah, Eris, here you go, buddy. You got it. So I'm like super excited about this patch. It has armor, it's a low, it's unsafe of course, and it doesn't do a shitload of damage, but that's all I wanted, to get out of the corner and do a little bit of damage. So for me, I'm really happy about this. Also, they nerfed Sub-Zero a little bit, like something to do with if the clone runs out of time, there's a cooldown, something like that. They also added like a little bit of delay or cooldown to Summoner Quan Chi's bird, and that's only in one scenario as well. So there are a lot of changes, and I think there's going to be way more discoveries and peppered changes in the future as well.
Yeah, the bird change. I played a Quan Chi after this patch, and the bird seemed to come up just enough anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what the deal is. It's still there.
Mm-hmm.
But there was something else that they changed about the game. Oh, I mean, they added, the whole bars that you can disconnect from rank now.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of nice, but there's some weird stuff happening. Like, I went against a guy who was 3 out of 4 green bars, and it didn't give me the option to quit out of the match, but he quit out of the match.
Maybe he quit before you did.
No, but I didn't even have an option to leave that one because it was 3 green bars.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
think
only
it doesn't give you the option to leave if it's green bars, right?
Right, but I'm saying he left.
Oh, maybe for him it was lower. I don't know.
I don't understand how or why. So yeah.
Well,
I guess it doesn't have a connection both ways. It's just one way and one way. Yeah.
Sounds tight. But one thing that they did do is that they normalized the connectivity between skill levels. So, like, basically, okay, to me, my honest opinion is that the net code with a K didn't improve. However, because it's matching me up with people with really good records, then what's happening is the players generally are less shitty in terms of being shitheads. Like, their microphones were on way less today, and the connection quality in general was better because in general, they seemed like better players who wanted quality games, and just in general seemed like everything was smoother because of that. Like, basically, we're not playing with 12-year-old tattoo-having motherfuckers anymore. But I don't know. Well, go ahead, Ricky.
They said player skill rating algorithm improved.
Right. So it's definitely clear to me. Like, 2 days ago, if I played for 8 hours, right? 8 hours straight, I would have ran into like maybe 5 or 6 people who were solid. And I would just be blowing through quitality after quitality, right? But today, definitely everyone knew combos. Like, there was none of that fucking harpoon uppercut shit or none of that bullshit, It was like everyone was doing the real deal, So that's good. It's better than nothing, I'm gonna play it anyway.
About that.
As a streamer, I'm gonna play it. Whether you fix it or not, I'm gonna play it, right? Because I'm playing the game and there's nothing else to do but fucking play online. I got no competition, right?
But fix it though. Fix it.
I hope you do fix it. But this is better than nothing, right? I mean, like, I'm at least pleased that there is some kind of step in some kind of direction that isn't down the toiler. So that's good. I'm happy about that aspect of the patch. They also added a bunch of different costumes. They added a ninja reptile. They added a Eddie Gordo version of Liu Kang. He's wearing Eddie Gordo's outfit, the Brazil outfit.
What the hell?
It's called Capoeira Liu Kang. There's a bunch of stuff. They added a bunch of stuff.
I feel like you're trolling me. Are you serious? That's real?
I swear, dude. I'm not even making that up. Yeah. Look it up in the extras in the collection with a K. Anyway, so
Got it.
yeah, it's definitely a sizable patch with quite a bit of changes in general, not just to the aesthetics of the game, the net code with a K, but also the normalization of a lot of characters. I'm telling you, man, I can't wait to see like a really robust list of changes, because this is getting crazy. We started to just look at all these different things. Kano got hit so hard. Kano got hit real hard. Like, if you look at Commando Kano, he is in big trouble now because he doesn't have any combo damage and he doesn't have back 1 or 3-2. I mean, everything is worse, So, I don't know. I just think that it's interesting how they're nerfing and buffing.
Yeah. Going back earlier, I mean, Aaron answered the question. You asked like how I feel about it, like the patch in relation to the length of time before Combo Breaker. I know recently there was some kind of I think it was the Heroes of the Storm tournament or something. Heroes of the Storm tournament, and is that what it is, Ricky? That's the title, right?
That's the Star. What's it called? Star.
Blizzard. It's a Blizzard game.
Yeah.
Craft.
But anyway,
StarCraft game.
Shut up.
It's the StarCraft game. You don't know about that?
It is partly a StarCraft game, but
anyways,
move
like
on.
I know they have some kind of Pro League BS, and like the patch literally happened the day they had to play the tournament. And they played it on the latest patch, which is crazy, right? And I'm thinking like, if this is the future and like we're gonna expect these patches and all, then I'm like, kind of like, fuck it. Like if the patch comes out 2 days before, if you're a competitor and you plan to get top 8, you'll learn.
That's
like,
kind of how it is now with NRS games. It's like, dude, this is what you're fucking biting into. You're biting into an NRS game, and you know what's in the middle. It's not cream filling. It's a patch, and there's going to be a new patch, and it's going to, for all we know, they could buff Raiden again, and then they could take it away again. Remember in MK9 up balls? Dude, up balls were crazy in that game. Kano came out, up ball was unsafe. Then they buffed up ball so much that it was not only safe, you could combo 3 of them into each other in the corner, and then they took it away. So, I mean, you never know what they're going to do, It's like, basically, when you choose to play an NRS game, it's like a roller coaster. You just put your arms up in the air and just fucking deal with what they have in store, And
NRS
that's basically how I'm approaching it.
NRS taketh away.
They giveth, they taketh, they poketh, they are doing all kinds of shit. They suck. I mean, it is crazy. Like I'm excited to see what else they changed. I wish I wasn't doing this podcast right now. I want to play, actually, to be honest. I'm super amped up about Quan Chisel, Dizzle, and the Zero Issue Boys too. He got a wake up attack. That's so sick. And those dumb assholes that use the other variation, boom, they don't get shit. Oh, Excitement City.
You're the only one that I think ever played that variation, like, seriously.
I know.
All the other
one
Quanchis were summoners, or even Rio was the only one that played the other one.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of interesting, too, watching him do that.
Yeah.
These guys, there's some really good players when it comes to this game, so I can't wait. I'm amped up. I think the patch put more wind in my sails than anything else. But I think it's because of Quan Chi, But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. You never know. Other things could have been nerfed for him. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, okay, that's that.
I mean, just thinking about what you just said right there, though, I really wish that they would give us the full list. Like, I mean, you don't got to put it on, like, your little, like, press release for whatever, We'll put it somewhere on Test Your Mind or somewhere where, like, the real players who want to see it can see everything.
If you guys are listening out there, we would love a full list. And I'm sure that it exists somewhere, So that would be sick if you could provide that. That would be sick. Otherwise, at least, let's be fair. Historically, we haven't even gotten patch logs, in the past. There have been occasions.
In Injustice, we did.
Yeah, we did, but it wasn't always that way. We had to fight for them. We had to say, give us the patch notes, you assholes. And they were like, oh, yeah, okay, we will. So, at least we're getting patch notes. But on the other hand, I agree. If it's available, if possible, I would love to see just a list of every change. And I'm sure it's available to some degree. So, yeah, I'm happy about the patch in general. If there's gonna be a patch, the changes seem fair to me. I don't see anything odd. I mean,
Shinnok's odd.
I don't think so at all, actually, because if you look at the character, to me, Shinnok was whack before. I mean, he was super whack before, and now it's like, okay, now he's as good as all these other cheap characters.
Shinnok almost won Wednesday Night Fights Online last night.
Listen to yourself, man. Did you forget what being a fighting game player is?
I played against it, dude. I have problems against it. I'm just saying, it's a problem for me already. gonna be a bigger problem.
I mean, okay, I got you. It's a problem for you already. Okay, duly noted. But I don't think that character would have ever won a tournament unless they changed him. And now I think it has the potential. And I mean an offline tournament, not an online tournament. Maybe online tournament, maybe it could fly. But, in those, the fireballs and everything all together I thought was really cool. But I feel like this really finishes the puzzle. This was the last piece of the puzzle to make him legit. I mean, you play that character, don't you, Ricky? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I played him as a bullshit. Like, it was. I found one combo and I was like, all right, this is kind of fun. And then now I have one combo, but 2 different openers now.
Yeah.
Before I just kept going for the low because that's all he had, really.
All he had.
But now I have an overhead, so I'm like, I might consider playing him like a legit character now.
Me too. Me too. I'm looking forward to trying him.
But it's still just the early day, like it hasn't even been 24 hours since the patch came out, so we'll just have to see how it goes. I'm excited to play him though, just because.
Right.
I mean, and the thing too is that that now NRS is willing to give a character what they need in terms to like they think like, okay, this character needs this to be competitive.
Yeah.
So they're and to me this felt more like a buff patch than a nerf patch, like they nerfed the frame data for some characters, and obviously they nerfed Raiden and Kung Jin, but I felt like, did they really have to give Quan Chi and Shinnok those moves? I mean, they weren't like, I guess, I don't think Shinnok was shitty, but they gave him a move to make him buff, so.
Buff, yeah.
I mean, I still don't know if he's buff. I just definitely think that, now he's a complete character. Before it was like, where's the rest? Like, how am I going to fucking open up a really good defensive turtle with this guy? You're not, so, I mean, now it's like, okay, this is a complete character that I think more people will take seriously, and that's cool. I like that. But I don't know if I agree with it being like a more buff patch than a nerf patch, because it seems. I mean, if you look at it from Kano's perspective, all 3 of his variations got nerfed. All 3 of them. You know?
I can see that. I mean, it depends also on just how the frame data is.
Yeah.
Because from what I've read on Twitter, almost everyone that has been like playing like a quote unquote shitty character in the previous patches were all saying something about like, wow, this string got a little bit better. This is now plus on block, or not as bad on block or whatever. So it seems like they tried to buff the obvious worst characters in the game. So I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that it keeps going in that direction too. I would rather see more buffs than nerfs in the rest of the patches.
I absolutely agree. Buffs are way better than nerfs. The damage difference for Raiden, I think, is pretty substantial in the long run. I mean, the corner combo I was always doing did 52%, and now it does 45%. The mid-screen combo, used to do like upper 20s with no bar, and now it does way lower 20s. So, I mean, we're talking almost pushing 10% loss, across the board, 5 to 10% on all his damage. So
same with Kung Jin for sure.
Yeah, same with Kung Jin. Char confirmed that he was streaming earlier, and that's what it seems like. A little bit of normalization here. That definitely is gonna boost other characters. That definitely is gonna nerf those characters for sure. But I don't know. In the long run, I don't know what that means. They've also shown, as you said, that they're willing to give a character what they need to survive, right? And if that's the case, who knows what the next patch could bring? Brand new moves? That's pretty crazy. I would have never in a million years imagined that that's what would happen. Because with Quan Chi, the portal variation, what they did is they took the third part of a normal string he used to have and turned it into an independent special. And they took that part of the string out. So before he used to have 1, 2, 1 plus 3, and you were able to meter burn that third hit. But now it's just 1, 2. There's no 1 plus 3 at the end, but that 1 plus 3 is now his low command EX thing. It's really actually pretty dope. I think it's like a refreshing change. But of course I'm biased because I like the character and use the character. So I don't know. I mean, overall, we'll see what happens. I'm sure they have more patches in store. So take a bit of advice from me, Internet. Prepare your buttholes, because there will be damaged again. There will be another patch, I guarantee it. They don't just do one. And it's gonna probably be right before Evo too. So get your fucking complaining Twitters out and shit, because that's what's gonna happen.
But Joey, Mr. Wizard's really good about that though.
Yeah,
he's always said the cutoff is July 1st or something like that, and that's it. You know,
That's
there's no,
it.
because he doesn't want to deal with that bullshit. So I understand that.
Yeah,
I feel bad for Combo Breaker, but you know, I think the amount of time and
It's enough.
the amount of time I think is enough.
Not to mention, I don't really feel bad for Combo Breaker, because to me, this is going to even build way more hype for Combo Breaker, because who knows who will make top 8 with what character, right? I mean, it's going to be like, they just threw a wrench in everyone's gears. I bet you all these different, like, contenders like Rio and Tom Brady are, like, fucking, like, scrambling, like, three stooges bumping into each other at the headquarters, trying to figure out what just got normalized, you know? So, I don't know. I'm pretty excited to see how things, how things go at Combo Breaker. And personally, I have zero issues.
You know, personally, I also think too that even though Raiden and Kong Jin got nerfed in terms of damage, I still think overall they seem like good characters still. You know, it seems like they're more fair now than they were before, and I think that's perfect for the game. You know, like will Slayer do well with Kong Jin now that he's been nerfed to hell, or is he gonna fall? Is the character the only reason why he's good? You know, that's kind of the interesting aspect of the game, of the patches too.
Yeah, I
They
don't know.
nerfed,
Go ahead.
Tempest Kung Lao's spin too, right?
Yeah, it's 7 now instead of 5 frames.
Yeah. People were saying it was 4 frames before, so that's kind of funny, but that's cool.
Yeah, you know what I wonder is, since they changed so many moves that were 0, I wonder if that was a bug or what. Maybe they put them as 0 for placeholders, and they were like, all right, we don't know yet. Just give us some time. You know, like...
Let the community figure this shit out. We don't know.
Isn't it so peculiar that Kano's back 1 goes from 0 on block to -2, and his 3-2 goes from 0 to -1? I mean, it's just like both of them were 0, and both of them are, like, not 0 anymore. And they were both mid as well. So it's like... Maybe there's a link between these moves, because the one that's for Reptile, the overhead, that was 0 and is now +1. So I don't know what they changed, but keep a lookout. Keep an eye out.
I think they have a lot of data on what moves get used a lot, and they probably just have been collecting that since the game came out. And like, oh wow, look at this, people spam Kano's back 1. Why are they spamming this? Okay, let's make it minus.
Yeah.
But also because you remember that actually that can't be right. Because I was thinking about how, like, they said, so after blocking a move, right? Say it's like -6 on block. If you try to do any normal attack, technically you can only do a 5-frame normal to punish, because it takes 1 frame to go from block to neutral.
Okay.
So that's why I thought, like, maybe they added the +1 on the zeros, because I know for sure Cassie Cage 1-1. I'm pretty sure before it was 0 on block. Now it's +1. And I'm thinking maybe they did that for the blocking, but that wouldn't make sense then for the normal moves. Because
the blocking thing is definitely something funky, because you're holding, as I said earlier, when you're holding block, it's supposed to be absolute, but you're able to, during a block stun, cut through holding down the block button and mash on shit. So that, I don't know, that I feel like it was unintended, probably, but maybe not. Either way, it's allegedly gone, though I haven't tested it. I mean, there's so many changes to the game. Due to this patch, we could sit here for fucking hours. And I can't wait to stream later on and test more stuff out, because this is like the exciting shit. It's like, alright, what are they thinking? What direction are they going in with this? So, I don't know. I'm pretty amped up about that. What else? What else is going on? Twitch TV, they also normalized the fucking delay in the chat room. I mean, Rip, you seem real butthurt about this. Like, you're not happy with it.
No, I'm not. It's not that I'm not happy with it. It's not a significant improvement for me. Like, personally, I mean, I've timed my chat before, and it's been like, between 15 and 20 something seconds, like maybe 25 seconds ish, at the most, right? But for me, it's generally 15 to 25 seconds. Today I tested it. It was like 13, 14. So it was like, okay, it's faster, it's not, but it's not what it used to be, which is what I want. And hopefully they get there, and I'm glad to see that they're at least trying to reduce it, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember how it was back in the dark ages, but I know that for me, I've tested it at over 30 seconds. Like, I remember us complaining how it's 40 seconds, so I was like, what the fuck? And now, to me, 13 seconds, I mean, I can't even fucking read that fast. So that's perfect for me, it's like, all right, I'm happy. I'm happy that you're right. They're headed in the right direction, and, That's good. That's good for streamers because we could communicate with the chat more
Yeah.
smoothly.
I mean, I think you really don't remember how it was though, because it used to be like 2 seconds.
I don't
Like
remember
something
how
would
it
happen,
was.
you'd look at the chat, they'd be laughing their ass off already.
Oh
You know, it's like
yeah,
that.
you're right about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was much more instant.
Instant.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
now
you
it's like
know,
something happened, you're like, look at the chat.
All right,
There.
that's
You
enough.
know?
We get the joke. Well, okay. Well, you're gonna be looking at the chat. I think, you know, what is the saying? There's a saying for this. Something about 2 steps, two drops of whatever. Point is that they normalized it and they're headed in the right direction. So I'm happy about it. It's better than fucking worse, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm too optimistic about stuff. I'm pretty optimistic though. I try to be. Whatever. Who gives a shit? Point is that they updated the Twitch chat, and for me that's better. So you know you could communicate and shit. What else is going on? There was. Oh yeah, Rixta's reviews.
Oh yeah.
So Rixta, you're a pad player in Mortal Kombat, am I right?
hmm
And you recently purchased a.
what's this thing called? Hori FC4. I think it's Fighting Commander 4.
Nice.
It looks like
Nice.
this. As you can see.
So what do you think?
The reason why I got this pad was mainly before the D-pad, because on my PS4 pad, I had problems hitting diagonals.
Uh-huh.
And so, you know, I just wanted to try a new pad, and I've heard good things about this. And so, I tried it, and I instantly, like, was in love with it.
Oh, nice.
The diagonals were perfect for me. The one odd thing about it is, like, you can see it's asymmetrical, like,
Yeah.
so this is not compared to this. And I think they did that for claw players, you know, so people can play
Uh-huh.
like this.
Yeah.
So, because, you know, there's 6 buttons on the front.
Right.
So it's good like that, you know. I wish they would have made it asymmetrical, but honestly, it doesn't bother me that much.
You mean you wish they would have made it symmetrical?
Symmetrical, yes.
So it bothers you then?
No, it bothered me at first, but
Okay.
after a while, I'm like, I forgot about it.
Okay.
Especially when I play, I'm just like, whatever. It's
What
no
is
big
your layout on that?
So it's the default layout is, you know, the 4 face buttons, R1, R2,
Okay.
right? Also on the top, you still have 4 shoulder buttons.
Whoa, so it's cheating.
So you have R1, R2 still.
So you have 2
sets of
R1s.
2 sets of R1s and R2s, but there's a switch up here. I don't know if anyone can see that switch, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I see it.
But it says you can, if you move it over, it changes R1 and R2 to L1, L2, and it makes these buttons L3 and R3, the trigger button.
Whoa.
Oh shit, that's cool.
That is
So
cool.
I wonder if that's going to be used for plinking in the future. Who knows?
What
I'm not sure exactly how that works.
what is the price point on one of those puppies?
$45.
Oh, it's not half bad, I guess.
Pretty good.
It's cheaper than
Also-
an
also-
official. Go ahead.
Also, the start button is pretty far from the face button, so you don't
Nice.
accidentally hit it. The buttons are actually pretty big too, so if you have fat fingers, it might be an issue.
It might be an issue, like, they're good for fat fingers, right?
Yeah, they're good for fat fingers. That big
Well,
button.
yeah, I guess, but I mean, if you have really fat fingers, you might accidentally touch both of them at the same time if you try to press right in the middle or something.
That's what you want, dude. Big JOP thumbs.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what you
The
want.
so there's 2 other things about this pad too that I don't know if it's any good or not, but I mean, people can customize it, right? So the pad here, there's this little switch right here, right? This goes from lock to free. So if you turn it, it'll go to free, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you can twist the actual D-pad like at least up to 20 degrees.
Whoa.
So it becomes more crooked, you know? So
Holy
if you play
crap.
at a weird angle or something, I don't know how.
I think it's trying to be like straight from your thumb, like a
Yeah, like if you put it down, you know, like this.
yeah, exactly. Like,
it would
what's
be-
that fucking console? The one that had the Z button in the back, and the Nintendo 64. Remember the middle thing? There was 2 things on the side, and then there was that big middle dildo thing in the middle that had the little like what was that
analog
fucking
stick.
yeah, the analog stick, and then you know it was like a trigger on the back of it. You don't remember that?
Yeah, what the hell does that have to do with this though?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, isn't it?
No.
It doesn't rotate.
Because look, all this does is if you can twist the actual pad now, so now it's more at an angle. Oh,
Uh-huh.
I guess what you're saying is
Boom! Look at
Yeah.
that. It's like a Nintendo 64 pad right there. I told
I
you.
I
You just
get
took
it,
out
yeah.
the middle.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
I play it on I play it on the normal one, but I mean
Have you
it's
tried it
there.
at a weird angle?
I did, but because I was playing it on the straight angle first, like you know, my mind automatically
to it.
went to
Yeah.
you know playing on the straight. The other thing too is there's a little thing on the back This right here, where you put a coin in and twist it.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what it does. I think it's supposed. Someone told me that it makes it the pad either firmer or softer.
Yeah,
I thought it
it
was,
would too.
but I thought it was for the size of the diagonals, because it's medium, and large. So I thought it meant like your diagonal
Whoa.
the amount of
Whoa.
area you can press the diagonals. But I haven't tested it out, so I'm not too positive about that one.
That's
But
cool.
because I like it just at the default, the way it is. So yeah, overall, I like this pad a lot, and I would highly recommend it if you don't like the PS4 pad. Which I didn't hate the PS4 pad, honestly. I just wanted to try something else, and
Yeah.
is really good for me.
I'm
Do they sell
excited.
that for
I might
Xbox
try
One?
that. Go ahead.
Do they sell
No.
that for Xbox One?
No, that's the main issue.
Wow.
That was the other reason why I got this. I was hoping maybe if they
Mm-hmm.
do sell it for Xbox One, then I can actually enter Xbox One tournaments. But yeah, for right now there isn't. So
Huh.
PS4, PS3 only.
Very interesting. Well, all right. I mean, I'm interested. I'm actually gonna look into it. I might get that. PS4, huh? It seems like it'll be way easier to set up too. You just plug it in. PS4
It's just-
peripheral.
Oh yeah, also it's wired.
Yeah,
So you never
wired,
have to
no
deal, You never have
problemo.
to deal with fucking home button issues.
Bullshit. That's tight. That's tight. I like the sound of that. Okay, what else? Did we miss anything? I know that there isn't all that much shit going on today other than the big patch notes, and of course Jack came out today. Anything else going on? The ESL tournaments, combo breakers next weekend.
We could talk about Wednesday Night Fight yesterday.
I didn't get
about
to
it?
watch it. I know, Rip, you were commentating it, right? I mean, go ahead. You guys take it away.
Ricky, what were you going to talk about it?
How online tournaments suck and I hate them.
Explain.
Oh, you got wrecked. I forgot. Oh, Ricky was part of it. It was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Who did you lose to?
I don't remember. Rated player. I don't
Really?
remember. Oh, Rosie
Oh,
McTang.
yeah.
Rose.
Rosé McTang.
How did he do
Rosé.
afterwards? Did he lose after me?
Yeah, he lost right after that.
Who won?
Edge Tenebris again.
No
he,
shit.
He got reset in the grand finals by the Shinnok guy though.
So he
And,
won- he won.
Didn't just play
Yeah.
Shinnok though, right?
He used Ferritor and Shinnok.
That's
Huh.
right.
Yeah, and so he was switching between the two back and forth, and he reset the bracket, but then Edge closed it out with Scorpion again.
I gotta tell you,
No,
though,
Kotal.
alright?
Fuck,
let
whatever.
me tell you my situation.
Mhm.
I was so nervous. I have no
I
idea
know.
why. Because
Tournament nerves, dude.
no, but that's the thing. I think it's just online tournament nerves.
Yeah.
Because I was saying
I
this,
agree
like,
with you.
I was saying like I'm right now I'm in the same exact chair that I was playing in that tournament. I wasn't wearing pants during that tournament, right? Like there's nothing I didn't do anything like my normal if I went to Super Arcade and enter a tournament, I would put on pants at least.
Uh-huh.
I might take a shower, I think I put on deodorant or something. I didn't do any of that shit. I just came home, took off my pants, sat down, and waited to play. And that shit was nerve-wracking.
Not
I
having
hated-
pants on?
No,
I would imagine it'd be easier. I wish I could play in tournaments with no pants on.
No, but that's the thing. It's unfamiliar territory for me, because I'm used to.
You gotta become familiar with not having pants on?
No, it's just because even though this is familiar territory, playing in a serious online tournament match where I want to win, it's not familiar in this environment.
Did you stream it?
No, I didn't.
You should stream it. It's easier.
Maybe, yeah.
It's
I
easier
might-
to stream it because if you play in an online tournament by yourself in your room, make sure there aren't any firearms around because that shit is like really dangerous. You get so pissed, it's like forget it. I'd rather just stream it and at least the chat room is getting some enjoyment out of my misery,
Yeah,
I
that's
can
true.
the joy that they're getting out of my butthole being ruined is like really what brings me joy. So it's kind of like you have to stream yourself playing, and
I was
that's
also
how
thinking-
I feel.
I was also thinking maybe I should have just took my entire setup and moved it to a room that I never play video games in.
You're
Just to
thinking too hard about it, man. It's
I
just
know,
an
I-
online
it's way
tournament.
too hard.
I'm really thinking too hard because it was such an unfamilial feeling. I haven't had that feeling of tournament nerves
Yeah.
in forever.
We've forgotten.
Legitimately, I've never felt that way. So it felt stupid to me.
I think every tournament match that you've streamed, though, that you've been streamed on online, you've lost.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
It could be that too, maybe. It's also because the thing is that I had the Wednesday Night Fight stream on, but as soon as
Yeah.
I played, I turned it
Muted
off.
it?
'Cause- Yeah, I muted it.
Should've
Turned it off.
listened.
Anyway,
We were giving you good advice.
I know. I thought about that today. I was like, I probably should have listened, but I didn't want to because
Yeah.
I didn't need to hear your
You're
voice.
cheating. Yeah.
Shitty commentary over my
Yeah.
match.
Shitty commentary.
You missed
No,
out, man.
sorry. On that note, also, I'm giving my thumbs up to Steve. Very good commentator. I like you and Steve working together. I used to always think Steve was a dick. The only reason
Yep.
why was because of Rip. I never even met
Yeah.
Steve. And Rip was always like, Steve, that guy, I hate that fucking guy.
Yeah.
And so because of, I never met the guy. I'm like, who the fuck is Steve? Why you keep talking shit about this guy?
Well,
This guy must
Steve
be
is a dick
if
though.
Rip
He
hates-
he is a dick, but he's actually really solid at commentary. You're right about that. And he also has a YouTube channel that I think people should check out if they like Mortal Kombat. It's called Superman Sajam.
Sajam.
So Superman
S-A-J-A-M.
Sajam. He's got all kinds of shit going on that channel. He does all kinds of breakdowns and tutorials and stuff. So and he's well spoken. That's really what's important. He's able to turn a concept or a theory in his mind into words that are very listenable by normal humans. And that's not easy to do. You ask someone like CD Jr. or Perfect Legend to do that? Oh boy. Oh my. This shit is ass, and that shit is ass, and this is ass, but this shit is godlike. And I need to go back to the lab so I could get this run back because it's too godlike. And then it's ass. I mean, that's really what you'll end up getting. So for that reason, I totally agree with you, Ricky. You are right. That guy's solid. He's on point.
Yeah, and I'm happy because I'll be honest, MK tournaments and their commentators most of the time.
I wish I had more hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. MK commentators, 9 times out of 10, they need to get flushed down the toilet. I'm with you 100% on that one. So, okay, good shit. Twitch, we got all that shit going on. There's this article that was put up on avoidingthepuddle.com about how sidestepping and blocking was nerfed in Tekken 7 and how all these people are butthurt about it. But I didn't read all of it, and I don't want to misrepresent what was said in it. So did either of you read that?
No.
That's too long.
Yeah, it's a little bit long. I don't. It definitely looks interesting. It's an interview in which players like Help Me and JDCR mention how sidestep blocking is nerfed and it helps. It makes it harder for really good players to stay good. I think that's kind of interesting. I guess I don't know what that really means. And again, I don't want to misspeak, but it definitely says some kind of change was made to sidestepping and then immediately blocking. And what that does is it makes top-level Korean players a little bit too struggle a little bit too much when it comes to their advanced level movement to kind of keep newer players underwater. So there's an example in this article where like a regular Dan, fifth Dan or whatever beat JDCR's ass because he wasn't able to block in time. So I don't know. I don't know what that really means. I don't know how much of that is true because I've also heard JDCR say that in Korea they only have online Tekken 7. They don't have offline Tekken 7. So that could add to the latency. I'm not sure. Again, I don't want to misspeak, but there is definitely something going on here. And if you're interested, you can check that article out yourself. It's over here. It says right here, regarding the changes to sidestep. Other than that, am I forgetting anything? We mentioned Combo Breaker. I'll be there next week. Neither of you are going to make it. Oh! Strong Style!
Whoops. I forgot about that, too. When is
I'm
that?
not going, so.
Strong Style allegedly is this Saturday. And what time is your flight?
I think it's like super early in the morning, dude.
My flight is at like 8:30. So I
think my
have to
flight
be
back is at like 6 a.m.
Well, fuck your flight back. We have to be charming and shit on
you're right.
Saturday.
You're
you
right.
know? So, I got to be at the airport at like 7:30, and Insomno Mom is pissed cuz she's taking me. So, Charles is real pissed. For that reason, I'm going to plug his channel. Hey, everybody should check out Charles's channel. He's taking me to the airport. And it's twitch.tv/insomnotech with a K at the end.
Yeah, he's going to stream the drive to the airport on his channel as well.
Definitely not.
Check
but
that shit
yeah,
out.
that's this Saturday. Strong Style will be streamed. The matches will be aired in some way,
Finally.
to some degree. I don't know how it's going to work, but hopefully there's barbecue. That's what I'm looking forward to. So that's this Saturday. Next week in Combo Breaker, what else?
There's a tournament in SoCal this Sunday that I'm probably going to go to.
We'll be back in time. Maybe we'll come too. Damn the
Hey.
Taro faces.
I know, there's a sea of them. Gross. Okay, so what are you talking about? Is it that place in Laguna Beach or Laguna Hills or whatever?
Yeah.
That place is far as fuck.
You went
Yes,
there
it
to do
is.
stuff with Gutex before, right?
I've been there. It's a pretty nice place. They have like a really clean like venue, and I'm sure they're gonna get a bunch of people out there for MK. So that's good. That's cool.
Yeah, EGP Compton is gonna be running it, I believe. So
Nice.
it's supposed to be a bi-weekly. So
Good.
I don't know how often I'll go, but I'm gonna go to this one for sure, just
Cool.
because I want to play people.
Sounds
It's on
good.
PS4, Rick?
I think it's on PS4.
And on that topic, Super Arcade allegedly is coming back. They've already released their address. It's somewhere in Azusa. I haven't been there yet, but Ricky has. And yeah, Super Arcade is going to happen at some point in some way. So keep your eyes open for that. I'm sure they're going to hold weekly tournaments for MK and Street Fighter and everything else. So that's that. I mean, I think that about wraps it up. We can start. You guys could go ahead and plug your channels. Go ahead, Rip.
You guys can find my streams over at twitch.tv/levelupyourgame. And you can find me on Twitter, REEPAL. I usually tweet out when I go live.
Very good. Make sure you follow him. Ricky, go ahead.
Twitch and Twitter, same name, RICKSTEEEZY, RickSteezy with 3 E's.
Very good.
And
Go ahead.
yeah, follow me.
Twitter as well.
Yes.
And as I said, Charles's channel, twitch.tv/Insomnotech. And also, BL, he's a weird motherfucker, but he streams all the time. And you should check his shit out too. BL Beel, BLBEEL. So make sure you guys check out all those channels. And what the fuck are you laughing at?
No, how you said Beal. That's all.
Anyway, so yeah, well, who's a bitch? Do we know?
I got one.
Go ahead.
What's his name? Pig of the Hut.
Whoa.
What? Uh-oh.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know the guy, but man. All right, so I was watching that Yomi Gaming.
Me
Madman,
too.
right,
Me too.
on Tuesday. I've never heard anyone bitch so much about their character being so ass while playing that character.
During the match, right?
During the
match.
He was dropping so many excuses and telling the opponent, like, oh yeah, all you gotta do is block this, it's fucking, minus 16. It's hella punishable. This character sucks. All he needs
while
is
he's playing, during the match.
It was not only that.
This is a
then,
tournament?
Tournament match.
Tournament.
Tournament.
And so then after that, right, after he gets his ass kicked and he walks away, you don't see him. He's in the stream chat saying, Kenshi is the worst character. No one tell me otherwise. And it's like, he's going back and forth with, like, Mortal Kombat players. Like, I think MIT or DJT, one of those two, was, like, telling him, like, dude, Kenshi's not that bad. He's like, dude, Kenshi is trash. Don't ever tell me otherwise. Kenshi sucks. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, if you think Kenshi's so shitty, why don't you just pick another
Switch,
character?
right? Yeah, dude.
It's not that hard. All you have to do is go to...
variations in this game.
I understand you have a Kenshi wall scroll somewhere. You got a fucking Kenshi waifu pillow with the fleshlight attached to it. I don't give a shit, dude. Fuck Kenshi. Go play another goddamn character if you bitch so much. But at the same time, I'm thinking this might be strats. He might be bitching so much that NRS is like, he just needs an overhead. Let's give him a dope overhead, and boom, Pig of the Hut winning Evo with Kenshi. Could happen,
could be
dude.
strats. Earlier Tom Brady was tweeting out how he's so pissed off about Sub-Zero getting a nerf while the whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not even that big of a nerf. I bet this is just a strat for him to pretend like he's so butthurt so they don't touch him again. I don't know. I'm sure there are all kinds of deep fucking lasagnas going on with nerfing and patching and shit, but I saw that tournament too, and I've never seen anything like that. I mean, he's not just some guy off the street. He's like a seasoned veteran. I think he's got top 8s at EVO under his belt, and he's over here just like yelling. Oh yeah, he's the host of a show that's like very like, I don't know, it definitely looks cooler than this. They got like a WMAC Masters thing going on with like this weird fucking blue screen thing, and like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I just was a little surprised. He didn't sound. Maybe he was drunk. Maybe
he was definitely like, drunk, for
like
sure.
Really drunk, and on drugs, and probably I don't know.
But to top it all off, he's a NRS player, and we all know how Dragon tattoos. Love to complain.
Dragon tattoos. I know. Well, yeah, okay, that's a valid bitch calling. You got one, Rip?
I got one. I'm just not sure how to word it.
I gotta take a shit, man. Hurry up.
I mean, like collusion in the FGC is like, it used to be like pretty commonplace, right? Like, I mean, it's like $100 pot. First gets 70, second gets 20. You're both friends. It's like, we can both walk out here with like $45. Like let's just do that. We'll play it out though. We'll see who wins, right?
Yeah.
So I heard a story about this guy. It's from a couple years ago, and I guess he gets to like the grand finals or whatever, and he tells this dude like, "Hey man, we're homies, but like, I've been testing this game, and I basically want you to let me win this tournament, and I'll give you all the money. Like I don't even care about the money. I just want my name there for everyone to see that I'm the best, because I would look bad if I didn't test this, And that guy had zero issues doing that, So to have zero issues doing that, you got to be a bitch. So that guy's a bitch for that.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
that's all it is, man. It was just like, I mean, I've heard of people like splitting or whatever, but to tell them that they'll give you all the pod money and all you gotta do is just throw the match for them so that they could come out looking like a winner.
You know who did that?
Yeah, I mean, that guy had zero issues doing that. Like that's
throwing
crazy.
the pot.
Yeah, just to get his name out. And of course, the guy he asked said no and beat him, which is just makes it fantastic. But yeah.
So does that mean that guy? Wait, so he got first place anyways, and then Godspeed got second. Is what you're trying to say?
Who would win in a fist fight between Rip and Godspeed?
I like Godspeed.
You like Godspeed? Yeah, I think I like
Godspeed.
Godspeed too.
Yeah, he's still out. Wait.
Damn. All right, Godspeed, you got my money on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Godspeed's a bitch. For me, shit, man. I mean, everyone's pretty cool right now, right?
Don't be a bitch.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about who's a bitch. Yeah, fuck it, Godspeed. All right.
Dude, you are so whack. This has been like the 4th week in a row that you've done this.
Hey man, I'm really in a good mood lately. Things. I'm in a good mood. What do you want me to do? I don't think anyone's a bitch.
Where's that bitch calling list? Because all of your answers are just either mine or Rip's, and you just say
dude. He's just copying us.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Nobody's a bitch. What do you want me to do? I think everyone's pretty cool. Godspeed, I mean, he's all right, right? I mean, he's, whatever. You got a problem with him, you could call him a bitch if you want. I don't know. Perfect Legend, I called him a bitch the other day, right?
Yeah, but that was mine.
Again,
yeah, but I could copy your bitch calling. I just let you go first because I'm being kind. If I had gone first, it would have been mine.
All right, whatever.
Fuck you, man. That was my bitch calling. I called him a bitch all day that day. I was the first one to call Perfect Legend a bitch. In fact, I invited him on the podcast again, but he was busy today. So he said he was hosting some kind of tournament or some shit. So I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I told Paco Stevens that if he was here today, I would give him a big fucking kiss for giving me that new move with Quan Chi. That's like the sickest shit ever. I can't believe it. I'm so happy about that.
Man, can you remember? Never mind.
What the
Go
hell?
on.
I was just saying, like, Perfect Legend thing was all last week. It was such a big, funny deal, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, but he used to be on Team Fnatic, and now he's on Team Razor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if one of the guys he called out is the reason he's even sponsored by Team Razor? He would have been an even bigger bitch, right? Isn't that crazy?
Like I said last time, they don't sponsor him for being smart. They don't sponsor him for being charming. So, whatever. It's not like a fucking breaking news to them. I'm sure they already knew he was a numbskull when they signed him. They were like, just win some fucking tournaments and don't call anyone the N-word and we'll be good. So whatever.
And he hasn't done either, I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, anyway, okay. Either way, I can't wait for Combo Breaker. And no one's a bitch. Today, someone's gotta be a bitch. I know who's a bitch. Anyone who uses their microphone while they play ranked matches in Mortal Kombat. Anyone who does that is such a piece of shit, and that includes you, Charles. Charles does that shit. Charles is such an asshole too, because while he's talking, while he's playing, he's Dr. Hibberding the whole time. Not to mention, he's talking about how he invented shit. I mean, it's so fucked up. It's so rude. So now my answer to it is I put the mic on myself and we start going at it. Who cares what we say? It doesn't even matter. No holds barred. So yeah, that's my bitch calling. The only
But
thing
it's
that...
you can't blame Charles because he has to use the mic to communicate on stream.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It's inconsiderate to the opponent. They should normalize
I
that.
love using the microphone.
Yeah, I know. All the bottom-feeding shitheads on the planet love using the microphone.
Level up your game.
Yeah, look at
That's all I
that
say on it.
shit-eating grin right there. Chomping on turds. Anyway, Internet, thanks for watching. That's the podcast for the evening. Make sure
Yeah,
you
really
watch
have to
Combo
take that
Breaker.
shit, huh?
I really do. Seriously. Also... I don't know how exactly everything's going to work at Combo Breaker, but I'm going to be there, and all these people are asking me to commentate certain things and shit. It's really not up to me. I feel very honored that they are sending me there and, you know, asking me to commentate. So if there's something you want me to commentate or whatever, you just let them know. It's really up to them. They asked me what I'm comfortable with, and I told them, you fucking throw any game at me and I'll do it. I don't give a shit. So we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to commentate, but I'll see you guys there. Next week, and don't forget Strong Style is this Saturday. I gotta take a shit. I'll see you guys later, and take care, everybody.
Peace. That Dr. Hibbert line was really good.